Good evening, amazing viewers and fellow Toastmasters. A greeting from area to EXCOM. As usual, today we have one more guest on a special program connecting the community, the Toast Area to podcast. And with us today, our host, Toastmaster Fazila, and also guest Toastmaster Latif. So let me invite Toastmaster Fazila, the host of the day, to continue this Toast Area 2 podcast. Over to you, Toastmaster Fazila.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our podcast, The Toast. This podcast was created to connect the Toastmasters community in District 20 and Bahrain. This episode, we are joined by a member of Toastmasters who will talk about their honest experiences in Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Fazila Nasruddin. I'm a business graduate. I have a passion for all things analysis, be it statistics or art. I love reading philosophy. I am the Assistant Area 2 Director for Club Growth, the PR for both Area 2 and ABC Toastmasters Club. Our guest for episode 2 is a member of two Toastmasters Club, Bahrain Toastmasters Club in Kuwait and Karachi Toastmasters Club in Pakistan. He loves the experience of members supporting each other even beyond the club. Writing speeches is like therapy for him as it allows him to discover himself more. He has lived in the Middle East for more than 30 years and he is a travel agent. He loves photography and filmmaking and hopes to pursue these passions more completely after retirement. He describes his life so far as the life that I am living is worth a dream. He is none other than Toastmaster Latif Mansoor. Hi Latif, could you tell us about your experience in Toastmasters?
Thank you, Toastmaster Fazila, for inviting to this lovely podcast. It's an honor for me. My experience with Toastmasters is just like a blank whiteboard. When you enter, you discover each and every gist or just of the feeling of Toastmasters, of self-learning. Initially, my first experience was a speech which inspired me. Luckily, that member was giving a speech of complete pathways, reflect to the path, and I was so immense into those experiences of his that I thought like once I should have lived this memory, and so on. It's continuing, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, great. What were you like before you joined Toastmasters?
Life before Toastmasters was without evaluation. It used to come and go as it comes, an experience. I am not a pattern follower person, a person who follows a pattern, like, work 4 a.m., wake up, 10 p.m., sleep, or maybe anything which calls it, this is the formula of success and this is not to do. I used to try each and every step and I used to fail each and every time, but never understood the real method of until I joined Toastmasters, because over here I have evaluated each and every experiences of my life. If in one line, if I have to tell you, everyone loves Tom and Jerry. And I was that Tom who keeps running, whatever happens, keeps running towards Jerry, and Jerry turns its back and kick. Every time Tom fails, and I was the one every time I failed. That was not a sorry part, but it was a learning experience. I love the moment I lived, and I am enjoying it. Over to you.
So, has Toastmasters ever benefited you as your job as a travel agent?
Not only as travel agent, I have it has benefited to me in many terms. For example, how to relive the life of your mistakes or an errors, which we call it. One thing which I really loved it was initially I was thinking that everything in our life we have to just live it to get the salary or to just meet the expenses. I understand with Toastmasters that there is nothing if you excel. If you don't excel in anything, you are nowhere, no markup. So similarly, even if you are completing a project, before starting a level of a project, there is how much you rate yourself for this project. And after the evaluation, how much you rate yourself. I yet reached 5, but still I'm within 3 and 4. Similarly, in my job also, look, I've been in this company for last 20 years. So there are many things which has a backpack in my head. Like, my managers don't trust me before. They used to trust my honesty. They used to trust my worth, but they still feel like, the management level, the decision making is not in me. And I'm not regretting that because some things which never come so easily. In any case, in by far, I'm better. I'm well respected in my company. With Toastmasters benefit, I start deciding and when to talk and how to present yourself. Like, for example, if there is a target which I have completed and achieved, I feel it is good that I have to tell my boss that somehow crawling, fighting, struggling, I have done it. The response from the manager does not makes me any benefit. Yes or no, because they go with a set procedure of KPI, the key indicator for the performance. But for me, it was a pleasing moment that, I have what I have delivered, I have given it to them. Over to you.
Okay, so basically, Toastmasters taught you how to evaluate your decisions and live your life with more purpose, right?
Yes, and
That's
how to present myself
amazing.
more. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. It taught me also the same thing. When I first joined Toastmasters, I was not really that concerned about keeping a more professional image, but now I kind of realize this is actually very important and very good for your career.
Exactly.
If you don't mind me asking, what got you interested in being a travel agent?
Long story short, if you are not successful in your education, you are a backbencher. If you are not happily knowing what to achieve, your goals, if someone has not guided you well towards whatever you come across, I started uh, with the smallest of young person's dream, which is like around 18, 19 years of age. Somehow I wanted to be rich. And then people told me, go USA, drive taxi, you will earn money. But the embassy rejected me. So finally, I wanted to go somewhere abroad because that was the only thought process in my mind that I will be rich. I arrived in Saudi Arabia. Over there, I worked as a bakery and then some signboards. Finally, the same owner had a travel agency, and I finally landed over there. In short, if I have to explain you this to the audience of your audience, if you move ahead in life without skill, without good education, or joining a company without a contract, it will take you years and years back. And this is what has happened to me. Over to you.
Okay.
So,
So
okay.
I
So
wanted,
in short, I wanted to answer your travel agent question. It's not by choice. It just came to me.
but you seem to be really good at it.
Yes, after over the years of so much of experience,
Mhm.
too much of learning. Yes, I am. Now I'm a
Okay,
corporate
so
agent.
you,
Yes, I'm a supervisor on my office. Senior supervisor I am, and I look after some corporates who travel abroad for business.
okay, so it worked out for you and that's great.
Yes.
You also said you had an interest in photography and films. Could you tell us what got you interested in the camera?
Look, when I was around 17, 18, that time my uncle has this photography business. So we used to go for filmmaking for events and weddings. That made me so much inspired, so much interested. I used to do photography, still photography, and the video filmmaking. And I'm talking about ages when there was no drone, there was nothing. So we used to go hell of the roof and take the shot from the top or the entrance what you see it from the drone, which is so easy right now. It was not that. So I learned it from the very basics. Plus, my uncle had a photography developing shop also. So I know the advancement of how the photos are being developed from the negative. Nowadays, there is no negative also. So I have learned those all basics from that much of time. And that is still in my heart because my uncle had given up the business. So I still have those in my heart. And maybe one day I will come back to this and live my photography and filmmaking. This time it won't be a wedding event. It will be a filmmaking for sure. Over to you.
Okay, I hope you do. Are there any particular movies or directors that you admire?
Any romantic comedy, I'm happy.
What
So
would
if
what would you say is your favorite?
look, if you want me to just name a film, uh, without any doubt, I will go for. There is a movie called. I'll leave it to one. I have many in my. Okay, Drishyam is one which I really liked it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for the recommendation. Do you think Toastmasters will ever benefit you with fulfilling your dream in filmmaking or photography?
I'll, I don't want to answer you in negative, but yes, it will benefit me a lot in future because after joining Toastmasters, after having those 2.5 years or more than almost 3 years in this fraternity of Toastmasters, I have learned how to make yourself prepare for the project. Basically, it starts if you have done any HPL project or any lead from the front project, it's always there a vision and a mission. So if you wrote down those mission and a vision, then streamline is there. Who you want to complete and see with you on the vision and who you can join them to complete it according to the mission. It is a wonderful platform. I have recently held a badminton tournament actually for a youth in my community in Kuwait. That was so impactful that I made this streamline. What is this tournament going to benefit? What is the advantages? Who can join? Lastly, but not the least, the event organizer, I gave him our Toastmasters 360 evaluation sheet also. Please fill it and share with me. And of course, he was very humble guy, so he didn't give me any negative. Everything was like 5. Over to you.
That's wonderful. That's very nice to hear. What advice would you give to someone who is considering joining Toastmasters?
If I have to give advice to a new joining of Toastmasters, it's very simple. Just come without any expectations, but just remember what you are joining it for. Either you are joining it for the leadership form to excel in the leadership, or you are joining it for the speaking platform where you can make so much of mistakes and finally you learn and discover yourself. Or this is the last but not the least, how to motivate others. Now, many Toastmasters, they feel, or I have seen them, they excel in leadership, and that does not stay to the XCOM. They go to the area, the district, and sorry, division, and then the district levels. Me myself, I figure that if I'm a leader, I'm good for the club. I have evaluated myself. I don't go anywhere beyond the club. Secondly, I feel you should not be member of many clubs. One club, take track of the opportunities. Whatever the role comes in, take it. Because while saying, while talking, while delivering, you will learn many things which you haven't discovered while just watching it. So take full opportunity of whatever your XCOM or the VP education offers you. Learn the full format of the Toastmasters and make sure you join for a goal, be it a leadership, be a personal growth, be a speaking platform, anything. But it should be a goal which has to be addressed to the VP education or the mentor so that you can excel in that. That's the only thing which I will say.
Okay, so this is our final question. You mentioned a quote when I asked you to introduce yourself to me. The life that I'm living is worth a dream. It seems to be a quote that you hold dearly because you keep repeating that kind of mantra like throughout our podcast. Could you explain to us clearly what it means to you?
Okay. How good is your Urdu or Hindi?
I am I can get around with my Hindi.
Okay, great. So there is a word or a saying, ख्वाब से प्यारा तू सच मेरा. So it's like, the life I have now is much worth it than my dreams. Again, I will say it. What I feel or what I wanted to say is, people dream about living a very hi-fi life or very smooth life or successful life. I haven't followed, or back to my sentence or previously said, I never followed a pattern. So whatever I have in my life now, a good job, close to retirement in 6-7 years, a good family, I am living life worth the dream, because I never thought that boxes will fall in line at my age of 40 or 51 now. So being at this age, I feel this is worth the dream. This cannot be a better than dream. That's it. That's more of what I wanted to say. So it's in lighter way. It is ख्वाब से प्यारा तू सच मेरा. So the life I'm living, it's my such, or the fact, it's worth like a dream. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor, for your words of wisdom and your quotes. It was a great pleasure to have you here. I liked how you mentioned that before Toastmasters, you lived a life without evaluation, and now you evaluate yourself constantly. You now follow patterns. Even helped with the evaluation. It has benefited your career wise, taught you how to live life in purpose. You also told me, you reminded me that Toastmasters also teaches us about presenting ourselves to people. I loved hearing about your journey with your career and how Toastmasters taught you, in the end of the day, how to be more prepared when it comes to unexpected situations. I hope our listeners have found this video insightful. This has been the second video of our podcast. Please share this video with your friends, your Toastmaster friends, your family, your cats, and if they learned something, that's a bonus. Thank you all for joining us. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Please follow our social media accounts. Our links will be down in the description. Thank you for watching our non-profit podcast, The Toast. And now our DTM Roshan Lewis will close the podcast.
Thank you very much. I had amazing time listening both of you. Thank you, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor, for sharing those wonderful insights in your Toastmasters as well as personal life. A lot of motivation. I really loved when you said you're happy that everything fallen in a box in line when you're at it now, and your dreams, your present life is better than dream. That's take home message. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time once again from behalf of Area 2 Director. And unfortunately, he was engaged in another meeting. He could not join us. On behalf of Area 2 Director and Area 2 EXCOM and Area 2 Council and Area 2 Club members, I personally say thanks to you for your presence. And as a token of gratitude, I would like to share this certificate and present this certificate to you for appreciation your time in this wonderful session. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor. It has been presented to you by our Area Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal, and our Assistant Area Director, Club Coach, Toastmaster Fazila Nasruddin. Thank you very much, and this will be sent to you. And with that, we are concluding our episode 2, the Toast Area 2 podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.